Welcome everybody. Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Hope everyone's having a fabulous morning so far. And we have a huge announcement. Another doubled die National Park quarter has been discovered. We are at the heels, the very forefront of this new discovery, and I wanted to take some time to discuss it today. And believe it or not, it is very similar to a double die that was discovered earlier in the year. All right, and I wanted to revisit that particular coin, talk a bit about it, and discuss not only the attribution numbers and catalog numbers, but also talk about the secondary market. Pretty big deal, because up to this point we haven't seen a whole lot in the way of the national park quarters in terms of new double die discoveries. There have been a number of very minor, inconsequential double dies that have popped up ever since the beginning of the program in 2010. But I wanted to say that the next big significant find has been discovered, and it is in the process of getting attributed by Dr. James Wiles, who attributes these coins for what they are, and then they are included onto his website, varietyvista.com. Some of you have probably been there, done that, in terms of trying to identify specific modern doubled dies that are certainly worth looking for. But before we get started, as always, I gotta do my YouTube thing. If you haven't done so, or if this is your first time visiting, subscribe, hit the bell for instant notifications. If you enjoy today's content and you could bear my voice, not many people can. This is not for everybody. But anyways, if you haven't done so and you want to get some new information on all the various coins, I'm one of the top resources on YouTube. So go ahead and do that, and you'll be supporting my channel and, supporting any future broadcasts that I may do. So let's go ahead and get started. So what's all this buzz about these double die national park quarters? Well, that's a great question. Okay, I guess we could preface it by going back to last year, in which the 2018 Michigan Pictured Rocks quarter, was released, and to everybody's chagrin, not exactly, the most awesomest coin out there. It looked like every other national park quarter, within the last like 3 or 4 years. We're coming to a close on this program next year. Next year is the last year. But this one right here, if it wasn't for this double die, no one would bat an eye. All right, so this particular coin right here, this is what you're going to be looking for. It's a 2018 Philadelphia, Michigan Pictured Rocks type quarter. If you are east of the Mississippi, or probably anywhere in the country, because these things circulate pretty well throughout the United States and probably in Canada, that if you found one with a P mint mark, put it aside and take a close look. You might have this coin right here. So I went ahead and identified the doubled die area that you're going to want to focus on this particular coin. It's going to affect the obverse of the coin, which is a side with George Washington on it. So, you want to focus on that side. There's nothing on the actual national park side of the coin on the reverse. But on the front with George Washington, you're going to pay close attention to liberty and "In God We Trust," the motto on the front of the coin. So I did a side-by-side comparison. As you can see, the regular one has much thinner, regular shaped letters, and then you have the other coin, which has a pretty phenomenal spread that is strong enough to be seen, maybe with the naked eye. Personally, I prefer using, like a 10 times or even an 8 times power magnifier to really get it down. The letters in both Liberty and "In God We Trust" is comparatively thicker. In addition, you do have some notching, okay, and that is a couple telltale points on this coin that you have the doubled die. In addition, Dr. James Wiles has identified a tiny little die chip just to the west of the designer initials on the front of the coin. So that's one of those markers you're gonna want to check for if you suspect that you found one of these Michigan double die obverses. So Dr. James Wiles has put this on his website as being double die obverse dash 001. Okay, so it is attributed as a known variety of this caliber. Okay, and that's this coin right here. So in terms of market value, okay, what have we seen price-wise that these coins have sold for? Based off of what I've seen on eBay, a number of these have sold within the last 90 days for between like that $10, $11 all the way up to about $20, $25. Are we going to get rich selling these? No. But what if you open up a brand new roll of 2018 Michigan Pictured Rocks quarters with this double die obverse on there, and let's say you found maybe 5 or 6 of them. I mean, if we did the basic math, you probably have anywhere from 100 to maybe not so much 100, but let's say, you know, $70 to as high as $100 in coins out of the 5 or 6 coins that you do find. Keep in mind, when you're opening up BU rolls and you do find a cache of these, that traditionally the coins that you see in a roll or in a complete box are all minted from the same batch. All right, so the likelihood of finding multiples of this particular double die is going to be very high the moment you find your first one, as long as you're also searching a wide range of other Pictured Rocks quarters like this. So some people have asked me, where do I exactly find these things? Well, in this case, you can find them just about anywhere, and the doubling is strong enough that maybe you could tell the difference with the naked eye. To play it on the safe side, definitely buy yourself a cheap magnifier. You know, $5 is all that you'll have to pay for a magnifier, and it's going to be the tool that'll save your rawhide as you go through these coin rolls in your pocket change. So pretty neat variety right here. The reason why I brought up this particular coin, because even though I've talked about it in the past when it was first discovered, is that this next coin is a great segue into it because the doubling is nearly identical. And the coin is the 2019 American, what is it? American Memorial Park. I almost forgot. Yeah, because the West Point coins are out there, and this is one of them. This is not the West Point, though. This is a 2019 Philadelphia American Memorial Park. It's the Northern Mariana Islands coin within the series. Again, there's no fanfare on the reverse of the coin with the actual design of that national park, but you're going to want to take a look at the front of the coin with George Washington. More so on this one, you're going to notice some extreme doubling on In God We Trust. All right. Before I get too far ahead, this particular coin was first discovered on Coin Community by the name of a collector. His actual screen name on coincommunity.com is Levels of Madness. So he's going to be the one that's going to get the credit for this new discovery. But just go ahead and take a look at the side-by-side of this particular coin. And you're going to notice a few things. Okay, you're going to notice some die deterioration doubling. That's where you see kind of like that flattened kind of pancake spread on like the S and the T and the W and the E of In God We Trust, in addition to some of those exterior outlying letters. But as you can see on this particular coin, you have a tremendous amount of spread, some notching, which is very apparent in the word in God, and trust. Okay, we on a lesser degree, because of the die deterioration aspect of it, is kind of not as apparent on this particular coin. The strange thing is, on this particular coin, it's most strongest in God We Trust, and to a lesser degree on like the word liberty. And United States of America on the periphery of the coin, which would indicate a different class of doubling. I think the pictured rocks type, I don't know if it's a class, I don't think it's a class 2, but it might be a class 3 or 4. This one is, whatever it is, it's going to be a little bit different because it affects less of the coin and the center of rotation is in a different spot than on the pictured rocks. But this is the next big thing right here, that it exists in your pocket change and in coin roll hunting because of the massive kind of like appeal to the West Point quarters, and a lot of people are going through that. These coins tend to kind of get swept under the rug in the grand scheme of things, and you might be overlooking a coin that's probably worth as much, if not more, than some of these West Point quarters that's being hawked at a change. So this coin right here is in the middle of being attributed by Dr. James Wiles. If you wanted to know more about it, you could always go on the coincommunity.com site and follow along on this particular thread. This is a phenomenal discovery, okay? And it just goes to show you never know what you could find in your change. Seeing as how this is the first discovery, obviously more of them are going to be searched through because of all of the focus, based off of this particular video, but also when it's finally posted on VarietyVista.com, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this coin. And then as soon as we see some come out in the secondary market, you're going to see the first few coins possibly sell in the $50 to $100 range. And then they're going to go ahead and settle down to where the Michigan Pictured Rocks coin is today. And that's in the $10 to $25 range. But hey guys, what do you think? Not too bad. You find some of these, it's going to be already attributed. Sell them on eBay. Make boatloads of money to further capitalize on the U.S. Mint's circulation rarity West Point coins. It's almost like double dipping. It's almost like, oh my God, this is not fair. There's money being minted as we speak. You just have to go out and look for it, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining me on this particular broadcast on the discovery of the American Memorial Park quarter double die obverse. I would love to hear your comments. What do you guys think about this particular coin? Again, you'll need magnification. If you find one, bam, you are in the driver's seat. It's a great coin, great discovery, and one in which will be cherry-picked for years to come. It's just finding those earlier specimens which are in nicer shape. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for instant notifications, and we're hunting together. Enjoy this wonderful hobby and the treasure hunt that goes along with it. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Thank you for all the views, and I will see you next time. Take care.